Welcome, everybody, to Danville, Virginia for today's ODAC men's lacrosse matchup between your Averett University Cougars and the visiting Guilford College Quakers. I'm Thomas Heaney III, joined by my partner Tavion Coleman. Both teams still mathematically alive in the playoff hunt as we're just over 2 weeks away from the first round starting on April 27th. And so, big game for both teams here. Averett comes in just a half a game back of Bridgewater College. Averett at 1-4, Bridgewater at 2-4, Guilford at 0-5. So I'll toss it over to you, Tavion. Who's your player to watch here for Averett, and who has to put the ball in the net for the Cougars?
I believe it's going to be Zach Coleman, because every time I come out and see him, he's always the one to look out for. He's a offensive threat. So is Cisse around the X, and he's always looking to creep in around the crease and put the ball in the net. It's going to come down to them two, in my belief, they are. And also, on the defensive side of the ball, I need Robert Eisenhower to really be on his A game. Like you said, they're both mathematically still in it, but I believe they're both in that playoff mode, both Guilford and Averett. So it's going to come down on the offensive and defensive side just to really edge out the win. So that's how they can get that odd in their favor.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because right now it's like a playoff game just to get to the playoffs.
Exactly. When you have two teams, like you said, the playoffs start now basically for Averett. I mean, if they lose another game down the stretch, it's going to be pretty tough to get in. And so they're going to have to win out and run the table to do that. And, you talked about Zach Coleman, 67 face-off wins this season. We'll get to see him in the face-off circle in just a moment. So let's send it down to the field with the starting lineups and the national anthem, and we'll rejoin you in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network. Again, Tavion Coleman. I'm Thomas Heaney III as Averett gets set to play the Quakers here on this beautiful night in Danville, Virginia. 7 o'clock start as we're about a minute away from first face-off of the game. These two teams that are fighting and jockeying for playoff positioning. Averett half a game back of Bridgewater, as we talked about before. And so, big game for both teams right here, Tavion.
Yeah, I agree. As we're getting ready to get things underway, just both teams taking the field, looking like to decide which side of the field to go on before they start everything.
Look at Chewy Clark getting in the starting lineup today. Number 9 will be out there for the Cougars, junior midfieldman. And Zach Coleman in the faceoff circle, getting ready to get this one started between the Cougars and the Quakers. Should be a good one right here. Guilford looking for their first victory in ODAC play this season. Currently 0-5. And so we are off and ready to go here. Averett will be on the right side of your screen, and they'll have the first possession right here. Send it over to Zach Coleman. And back up to the middle. Press there from River Hall. Ball is going to be loose. And still trying to pick it up here. Taking a big hit there. It was Cam Walters, the Quakers. And sending it back around here. Back over to Holbert. Coleman sends it over to Connor Boyd. And back behind the net to Emmett Wood. Emmett Wood currently the leader in goals for Averett and second in points. 21 goals so far this season.
Cougars are really moving the ball around here, trying to find a good position to get the game started.
Yeah, taking their time here. Still got 34 seconds left on the shot clock, but like you said, just kind of bringing it around the world, trying to get inside for some positioning here. Guilford's not allowing anything just yet, but Boyd makes a move inside, crashes towards the net, takes a shot. And it looks like it went over the net there and out of play. And so Boyd, with some aggressiveness there, trying to get it in. Couldn't do so right there. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Powers back behind the net. Getting it over towards the far side of the field here. Ball's going to be loose. 5 seconds now to work with. Powers with nowhere to go, and he'll just throw it up, and it'll be an empty possession there for Averett.
Averett picks it back up. D'Amico charging down the field, trying to get past his defenseman, but no luck. Pass it up back to Herbert.
Yeah, Holbert there getting the ball and a turnover from the Quakers. One of the things that they've struggled with this year, trying to take care of the ball in their own zone. Averett looking to capitalize.
Oh, Cisse looking to pass it up.
Oh, an errant pass there, trying to find Hobbs, and can't connect. It goes out of play. So nothing doing here from Averett so far. We get our first look at the Quakers on offense. Now we're talking about playoff positioning, and obviously it hasn't been the year that Guilford has wanted as they turn it over. It's going to be loose, though, picked back up by the Quakers. 2-10 coming into today, and 0-5 in the ODAC, but still mathematically alive for the playoffs. And just like Averett, they're going to have to probably win out and get a little bit of help.
I agree. Because right now, they really are just trying to get in there. And as I say that, the Quakers just scored.
Bashwin Fitch there getting in, the junior from Charleston, South Carolina. Goes by Bash. He gets that one in there, and it's the first goal of the game. It's to the Quakers, 1-0. So a good setup there. It's interesting, Tavion. Averett's offense had the ball for 90 seconds, couldn't really get towards the net, and then Guilford gets the ball right back, and they score in about 20 to 30 seconds. So nice job there from Guilford.
Yeah, it really is. The Cougars have the intensity, but so far they haven't gotten into the goal, and that's what they need to do. The Quakers got on the board first, but it's still early in the matchup.
Here comes Perry now, bringing the ball up past the 50. As Averett looks for an answer to that Bash Fitch goal. Trying to cut towards the net here, taking a shot, and it goes over the net and out of play. So a good opportunity there from Averett's Connor Boyd. The second shot that he's had today, and neither one has hit the net so far, but still a good opportunity. Sending it back behind the net. That's Braden Powers with a spin move. And he coughs it up. Trying to pick it back up there. Oh, nice play there from Boyd.
Boyd is really showing a lot of aggressiveness out there.
Speaking of aggressiveness, Davion, a double team there from Thompson and Glass of the Quakers, and they force a turnover. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there's a lot of aggressiveness right now.
Hobart trying to take down Miles Glass, and Glass stood his ground. It'll be an offensive possession here for the Quakers. Here comes Jacob Mills. Sending it back over to Gavin Brown, junior out of Charleston, South Carolina. Trying to get past Perry. And swinging it back up to the top. Palumbo. Spin move, gets it back up. Swings it over to Thibodeau. He takes a shot, and it's off of Eisenhower.
Azar is not going to let another one slip so far. Good for him. Eisenhower really does need to bring the defense in. And as I say that, now the Cougars are going to try to push it up hard.
They're trying to move it past the 50 here, and they do just that. Casey Peterson enters the offensive zone. But we're going to get a whistle here at the 10:05 mark. And it looks like it's going to be our first timeout of the night. So timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break. Cougars trail 1-0. And welcome back, everybody, as Averett, following that timeout, trailing 1-0 here at the 10:05 mark at Daly Field at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. We had that Bash Fitch goal, 15th of the season for him, and it broke the ice, and Guilford leads 1-0. Averett will be on offense right here. Let's see what second-year head coach Brian Habbick can draw up for Averett following the TO. Losing it there and picking it back up is Guilford. Looked like Sam Thibodeau was involved in that one.
Deep pass.
Trying to find Landon Trail, and he does. Trail sends it back over. And now working with Seth Woods. Racing here is Bash Fitch again, but he'll pass it back behind the net here. Eisenhower trying to stand his ground. Good centering pass inside, but it's dropped by Workman. And picked back up there and sending it over to Seth Woods. Woods trying to cut through the defense, but he's met by 2 Cougars. Jacob Mills. And just nothing doing right here, Tavion, for the Guilford offense.
The defense is really putting on the pressure for Guilford. And as I say that, putting on the pressure, making them fumble.
Whoa.
Oh, a deep pass right into the Cougar zone. Emmett Wood picks it up, getting double team, spin moves out of it, passing it up to Zach Coleman, but checks up hard. Trying to keep it up, but he's swarmed.
The ball is still loose and finally picked up here by the Quakers, as that was a pretty wild sequence. Trying to find Fitch at the top. We got a flag down on the field as well, and so we'll see what that's all about. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a man advantage for Averett, I believe. But, yeah, an errant pass there. Guilford coughed it up in their own zone. Gave Averett a shot. Coleman was harassed. And after all of that, I believe this is going to be a power play here for the Cougars. See if that's the case.
And if so, it really does give them a chance to tie it back up.
So first man advantage here for Averett. We'll start out here with Connor Boyd, passing it over to Wood. And back to the middle here. Averett can take their time. They've got 68 seconds on the shot clock. And so they'll survey the Quaker defense here and go to work. Back behind the net, loading, taking a shot and scoring. Averett gets the goal and ties it up. Looked like Emmett Wood on that one at the 8:07 mark.
Good job, Emmett Wood, getting it in.
So Averett takes advantage of the man advantage, and it's Emmett Wood for his 22nd goal of the season. And just when they needed it most, Tavion, Wood provides. So all tied up here, 1-1. Another face-off. And the Quakers really started on that turnover. They had the ball in Averett's zone, and then the pass went over Fitch's head. And they commit the penalty and give Averett a man advantage goal. Winning the face-off, though, and trying to get it right back, sending it over to Eisenhower, but he picks it up and makes the nice save.
Eisenhower really stepping it up after that first goal. And as I said, that about to be a huge heave sideways.
Risky pass there, finding Clark. And here comes, oh my goodness. Chewy Clark takes a tumble there. He gets back up, loses his helmet. And it looks like it's going to be the Quakers' ball. And so another risky pass there. Man, Guilford really just being careless with the ball, but moving it inside past the net, losing it. D'Amico tries to pick it up, and it looks like it's going to stay here with Guilford.
The defense by the Cougars early on is really showing nonstop effort, making sure nothing gets passed easy, even with all the charges coming in from Guilford.
Yeah, Fitch takes it now and sends it over to Workman. A bounce pass there to Fitch. Now he's got the angle, tries to move it in towards the net, takes a shot, and it goes past Eisenhower and out of play. It's going to stay here with the Quakers. Stutter step inside, trying to cut towards the net. And good defense there by Averett. Sends it over to Fitch. Fitch over to Woods. And Fitch takes another shot there. It hits off of the crossbar there, and it's going to be Averett's ball.
Pascal Roman picks it up and then threw it out.
A tough play there, trying to find Casey Peterson and working a fast break, but just a little bit over-aggressive there. And he'll stay here with Guilford.
But the aggressiveness is what we want.
Yeah, for sure, as they send it now to Workman. Pump fakes the pass, gets it back behind the X. And now a dangerous spot here for Averett. Got to almost think about pressing here. Peterson, nice defensive play there, trying to stop Fitch.
D'Amico stopping his defender. Oh, even picks it up.
Great steal there from D'Amico, and the defense on full display right now as Averett forces yet another turnover.
D'Amico has been on his defensive bag today so far, coming up with a huge steals. Deep pass, risky, and does not pay off.
Both teams going turnover for turnover here as now Averett mishandles that one, and it sends it over to the Quakers here with number 9, Jacob Mills. Mills, the sophomore out of Virginia, taking the ball on the far side of the 20. And Casey Peterson working defensively now, and boy, has he been good to start this game. Fitch pushes it inside, takes a shot, and it hits off of the crossbar again. And now Averett moving in transition.
Perry tosses it up and then get taken away.
It's a picked off pass there, taking a shot and scoring. Davis Palumbo gets that one to go, and now Guilford retakes the lead. It's 2-1. So the story so far, Tavion, has just been the turnovers. Averett was able to get a goal off of a turnover on their last one, and then you see right there trying to get a pass again towards the 50-yard line that was picked off, and then Palumbo wastes no time, and he's able to put it in.
You're right. Just the story of the turnovers so far. And Averett just been able to keep the defensive pressure on them when it comes to them being their offensive zone, but so far they need to clean up their act when it comes to the turnovers as well and turn their turnovers into fast break points.
8-4 is the turnovers right now. Averett has 8, Guilford has 4, and definitely costly right now. You could argue that's the reason why Averett's trailing right now, and definitely got to clean that up. So Gavin Brown will take it. He'll stutter step. He's got a one-on-one matchup. Oh, nice spin move there. Brown loads up, fires, and scores. Gavin Brown, Jr. out of Charleston, South Carolina, with a nice spin move there. He just got caught in a one-on-one matchup right there, and he wasted no time, was able to capitalize and put it in.
Incredible spin move. Just strictly incredible. Lost his defender, the wine belt. Sink her in.
So Brown scores that one. It's his 19th of the season. Back-to-back Guilford goals in 17 seconds.
Oh,
another face-off here, yeah. And picking it back up is Gravely.
Oh, a huge bump up right there, but a whistle was blown. Boyd was ready to get up and moving, but sadly the whistle got blown due to that massive hit he gave.
Yeah, Connor Boyd is known to get busy at times down there. He's a big-time hitter, and right there, it's a little bit too much, and it's going to go back to the Quakers now.
That makes both of us.
Yeah, football guy over here.
Yes.
That's not my job. I'm a baseball pitcher.
Hey, should we all lay a hit one way or another?
Exactly. And now Averett will get it back and send it to the middle. Another dangerous pass there. It's going to be picked back up, though, by Pascal Roman.
Pascal Roman is just cradling, surveying the defense, trying to figure out what's the best course of action, but it passes it up to Boyd.
First Averett offensive possession in a little bit. They've gone stagnant. 3:50 left to go here in the first period.
To Cisse.
Swinging it around here. 48 seconds on the shot clock. Get it back over to Dawson Hobbs.
Around the world, here we go, trying to find the best shot possible.
Averett's known to do this here, trying to work for those passes inside. You see right there, Powers cutting towards the net. Oh, nice move there.
Coming in hot. Oh, got checked up hard.
A fight for the ball here between Sizemore and it looks like Wood. It doesn't matter, though. It's going to go back to Guilford. 3:13 left. Averett struggling to find something offensively. They'll send it over to Kieran Thompson. Thompson into the zone. Good opportunity here for the Quakers. Landon Trail back behind the net. Get it over to Gavin Brown, who just saw score that last goal for the Quakers. Jason Campbell and number 35, Sam Thibodeau as well, all out there for Guilford. Moving it around. Nice pass inside. Shot is up and down. Another goal for Guilford. And they extend their lead here. Now it's 4-1.
Guilford just has been scoring the last 2 to 3 points off the give and go tries, and then just been very successful for them. The Cougars going to have to find a way how to stop it.
Yeah, like you said, the give and go. Taking a page out of basketball, right? Just passing it around, and one pass leads to the next, and the next thing you know, you're right in front of the net in the crease and getting it past Eisenhower. And so definitely not the start that Averett envisioned. That's Davis Palumbo again. That's going to be his second goal of the day and 22nd of the season. So Averett, like we talked about, this is essentially a playoff game for them. They've got a couple of really tough games on the road coming up against some top 15 ranked teams. And so this one a must win, currently down by 3. Trying to change the narrative here.
It's still 3 more quarters of play and anything can happen. But as we say that, just Guilford is just all over them when it comes to just offensively. Defensively, Cougars been doing pretty okay, causing turnovers. But when it comes to the give and go and the fast pace, it's just they can't really stop it.
Stop right there from Eisenhower. But, yeah, like you said, Averett having a hard time with TOP, time of possession. Hopefully that'll change down the stretch here in the first period. We got 1:47 left. Seth Woods will spin the ball on his stick, backpedal a little bit. He's pressed by D'Amico. Pascal Roman working against Fitch. Hanging down low. That one misses wide right. So 20 seconds left on the shot clock here. Stutter step working against Pascal Roman. Just 10 seconds to work with now as he makes his move inside, takes the shot, and scores. Another goal. That one looked like River Hole. Get the number for you here in just a moment. But nonetheless, it's now 5-1 Guilford, and a shocking start. That was Davis Palumbo again, my apologies. So 23rd of the season for him. He's got a hat trick now. And now it's 5-1 Guilford.
Palumbo is just on a roll right now.
So 1:14 left here in the first period of play. And Guilford can jump Averett if they win this game. It's obviously a huge game for both sides. They would have the tiebreaker over Averett. And another reason why it's such a must-win is because, like I just said, if the winner of this game will own the tiebreaker. So the Cougars have a little bit of work to do here, but like you said, plenty of time. Just at the end here of the first period, the time is not running. It should be. There it goes. Moving it inside. Blocked up there by the Averett front line. That shot was by Gavin Brown, making a bid for his second goal of the day.
Risky pass.
Fortunate bounce, though, for Averett as it lands in the hands of Casey Peterson.
Peterson just charging down the field trying to pass it up. Looking to pass it up to Cisse, but loses it. And a flag is thrown on the play. Yep. Peterson getting a little bit aggressive, though.
That looked like a high stick from Sam Thibodeau. Had his stick in the cookie jar there. It's going to be a man advantage here for Averett.
And that's a good thing. They converted the last man advantage. Let's see if they can make it so they can cut down the lead down to 4.
Yep, Averett 100% so far tonight on the power play. They'll have another chance to do it right here. 40 seconds on the game clock. Looking to cut the lead down to 3. And they'll wind the clock, and here we go. So get it over to Connor Boyd. Tigran Cisse has been a little bit quiet here. See if he gets going, the leading point scorer for Averett. 15 assists this season as well. Swinging it back behind the net. Cutting pass inside to Boyd. It's loose. Who's going to pick up this ground ball? Fight for it towards the 50. Holbert gets it, but loses it again. And just chopping away at it are both teams. And finally picked up there from Guilford. And that will do it for the first period. So all Quakers so far. Averett did have a goal. It was scored by Emmett Wood. Will send us to a break. Averett down 5-1 as we head to the second period. Welcome back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network. I'm Thomasini III, joined by Tavion Coleman, as saw that first period of play go all Guilford's way. Currently trailed by 4, the Cougars do. And one of the things, like we talked about, Tavion, was the turnovers, and Averett had 10 of them in that first period of play, trying to clean that up here in the second.
Yeah, the turnovers has just been a real deal breaker for them, even though it has been turnover city for the Quakers and the Cougars.
Yeah.
But the Cougars not showing no fight. They showed some aggressiveness early, helping them get that man advantage twice, but not able to convert on the second. But right now, they just got to focus in and just try to close this deficit.
Sending that pass over and goes over the head. Davis Palumbo had 3 goals and a hat trick in the first 15 minutes. Bash Fitch also had the inaugural goal, and Gavin Brown had the second goal for Guilford, all totaling up 5. Emmett Wood with the goal, the lone goal so far for the Cougars. Send it over here and trying to pick it back up and sending it over.
Going back to Guilford's way, though.
Yeah, Ty Pearson there is trying to get it out. Guilford will take it back. Comes Gavin Brown, sending it over to Jason Campbell. Racing towards the net. Campbell takes a shot, and it's blocked by Eisenhower. So nice save there to keep Guilford at bay. Swinging it back around here, all the way back behind the X.
Spin move. Double team.
Good defense there from Ty Pearson. Still trying to work for a shot here. A nice pass from Mills. Cutting pass inside. And it hits off of the post. Post, a goalie's best friend right there. And it was for Eisenhower. Trying to send it back in. It's saved again by Eisenhower. So 3 really good saves on one possession.
Eisenhower turning it up here early, making sure no more goals get past them.
So now here comes Averett's offense, and you just get the feeling, Tavion, that especially after that possession, this has got to be a good possession. And as I say that, they cough it up, and it's a turnover here for for Averett, and into the Quakers' hands. Cole Plaster now moves it back behind the net.
Palumbo is just top of the X, passes it up. Long throw. Still gets the possession. As Seth Woods comes in. Oh, excuse me. That is not so Woods. Seth Woods charging in, but he misses it.
Trying to save it there. Lupo there just gets it, and it's back into the hands of Eisenhower. So Averett will retake possession. Chewy Clark, Massachusetts native, taking the ball here. And he's harassed, but he's able to get out and race past the near side of the field, past the 50. Here comes Chewy Clark all the way down towards the 30 and into the offensive zone. Clark still with the ball in his hand, and now he'll give way to Connor Boyd and head back on defense. Nice job there from Clark to get it in. Boyd, pass over towards the middle to Powers. It's loose.
Hobbs picks it up.
Hobbs gets it now. And Holbert sends it back over to the far side to Boyd. Back behind the net.
Right now it's all about taking care of the ball while also trying to be aggressive because too many turnovers has been lingering on the Cougars. But as I say that, Coleman tries for it, but no good. Really needed that one to go in for him.
A good opportunity there. Holbert's one of those guys for Coach Habbock's squad of freshmen. Just possesses a lot of speed and explosiveness. He had that overtime winning goal earlier in the season.
My first broadcast, a magical day for me.
Yeah, exactly. It was a terrific shot from Holbert. And obviously, you'll remember that one, but he's somebody, too, to look forward. Averett, try to get their offense going. Keeping the offensive possession here for the Cougars.
Long pass just goes wide out of bounds, but now it's going into Guilford's possession. South Woods as just chopping up the defense, trying to get past it. Passes up, now going into Averett's zone. Big checkup and a bounce pass by number 33, Drew Sizemore.
Drew Sizemore there gets it in. Terrific shot. And like you said, it was almost like a bounce pass shot, trying to get it over the head of Eisenhower. And he was able to do just that. And so now 6-1 Quakers. And, I mean, both teams coming into the day very evenly matched statistically, record-wise. And so definitely a little bit of a surprising start here as the Quakers opening up a 5-goal lead. So we'll see if Averett can respond. We'll have Zach Coleman back in the faceoff circle here. And he loses the faceoff, and it comes back over the Quakers. Dangerous spot here, and that pass goes way out. Trying to find Gavin Brown. And for Drew Sizemore, that's his 4th goal of the season.
Cougars get possession. Long pass to Ty Peterson. To D'Amico, looking to get past 3 defenders. It's pass intended for Zach Coleman, but it's a bad pass. Leads to another turnover. Another bad pass.
Oh, boy. A good shot there and just missing it. Past Eisenhower, but you see the pressure that the Quakers are creating here. Averett having a hard time trying to deal with it. D'Amico sends it over and trying to find Hobbs, but he can't. And it's going to be another turnover.
Bad passes, bad turnovers. Just that's the story this second quarter.
Gets it over to Gavin Brown. Brown stutter steps, goes left. Nice pass inside, but he can't find him. Like he was trying to find Cole Plaster there. So yet again, another turnover from Guilford. Both teams matching that. Just over 9 minutes to go here in the first half. We go back to Peterson. Loses it, but he'll just take a few steps back and corral it. And now he'll launch it. Whoa! A Hail Mary with the whistle blow. And it went out. There was a whistle on the pass as well, so I don't even know if that counted. And it's going to be the Quakers' ball. Probably bring you back to your football practices there, Tavion, and a 2-second Hail Mary by Peterson.
Shoot. I'll be in the backfield by the time we threw. Or at least would have got him. Put a hand up, try to do something.
There you go. Peterson just launched it, and we'll stay here with Guilford as they look to extend on their lead after the Drew Sizemore goal. Getting a screen.
Fish is just looking for a good opportunity, but passes it up to the top of the X. Oh, run around the crease. No good. Eisenhower blocks it, covering up the ball.
Eisenhower doing a good job there at standing his ground, and he's been under duress for pretty much this entire game. Yeah, you take a look at the shots on net as well. 17-4 for shots for Guilford. And that's been the story. Great pass, though, to get it in. D'Amico into the offensive zone. And back up to the top to Holbert. Holbert spins it around as the sun sets here in Danville. It's a little bit more chilly. Obviously, that second half, once the sun goes all the way down, get pretty cold on the field.
Don't remind me. I hate those days, too.
So that's, for me as a northern guy, it's a lot better than what we had the other day, Tavion. It's 90 degrees.
Oh, tell me. It was great weather that day. I would have loved to be on the turf during that time.
Too hot for me as that shot goes wide left. So, say 6-1.
I do got a question for you to this one. 6 a.m.
Oh, gosh.
Wintertime on that turf. How you think you would do?
Oh, man. I've been 6 a.m.s before in the winters. It is not enjoyable, I'll say that. That shot also misses wide left. And both teams will have to deal with not 6 a.m. level of cold, but definitely colder than what it's been today. We'll probably dip into the 50s after the sun goes down here, and so see how both teams can react to that. Holbert, full head of steam, trying to move it towards the net. Another shot and a great save. Rebound picked up by Averett. Ball still loose. And now finally picked up by the Quakers. And so 3 good shot opportunities by the Cougars. And a good save there from the goaltender.
Bad pass by Guilford. Picked it up.
Comes Chewy Clark all the way past the 40.
Zachary Holbert looking to score, charging in.
Holbert
passes the Wood.
Yep. Wood now to the top to Hobbs, and now Averett can slow it up with about 60 seconds to work with here on the shot clock.
Cougars need to take their time, and as I say that, bad pass, Zach Coleman drops it, going back to Guilford's way. The Cougars need to find a way how to stay aggressive and take their time to find the best shot possible in order to cut this lead down. Cisse charging in, stumbles.
Getting into the zone here. Good centering pass inside, but it just goes wide. And almost had a good opportunity there. Already 18 shots and 13 of them on goal for Guilford. And Eisenhower's had to make 7 saves. So although you might look at the score if you're just joining us, and Guilford does have 6 goals, Eisenhower has been under duress. So send us to a timeout. We got 6:09 left to go here at Daly Field in the first half. We'll join you in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network. Cougars trail by 5 here as we're just over halfway to go first half. Send it over to Perry. Cougars looking for some offense here, Tavion. It's been pretty quiet since that Emmett Wood goal.
And as we say that, the Cougars are just stumbling.
Oh, boy.
As
fast break here. Pass over towards the left. Shot is up and good.
Balumba with a fast break try, and then it goes in.
And that looked like Gavin Brown. If it is, that's his second of the day. And now it's 7-1 Quakers. That was Plaster, actually. Excuse me. So Plaster gets the goal. And a goal barrage here from the men from Greensboro.
This fast-paced defense to offense from Guilford is really the kryptonite right now for the Cougars. There's nothing really for them to stop it. They keep on having sloppy passes turn into fast, quick points and long-term possessions for Guilford. It's just a lot of things.
Yeah, it's like you said, too, the fast break. It almost feels like the field is slanted as that pass trying to find number 7, Glass.
Chewy comes up with it, charging down the field with a big burst of speed, but also about to get double-teamed.
Oh, my goodness.
Pushed out of bounds.
And it looks like it's going to be a timeout called. I'm not quite sure. Stoppage and play. Chewy was running all the way past the 30. He's fired up. I must have missed something there, but shout out to Chewy because he's pretty fired up down there. So good play there. It'll send us to another timeout here with 5:30 to go in the first half. And we are back here on the Averett Sports Network, and the Cougars with the ball following that timeout. Chewy Clark making a nice play to keep the possession alive, and we'll send it over to Dawson Hobbs. Cougars looking for a goal. They're down by 6. We've seen 6 unanswered by Guilford, and that pass is not on the mark. It'll be a turnover and back over to Guilford.
Guilford really pushing up the pace here. Number 14, Cole Poster, just surveying the field, passing it up.
I want to have a correction on that last goal, too. I was correct. It was Gavin Brown. Heard that it was Plaster, but it was Brown. So that's his second of the day and 20th of the season. Getting over towards the middle. Shot is up, and a nice save by Eisenhower. Oh, boy. Now launching a pass. Oh.
Deep pass intended for Zach Coleman, but no good again. A lot of deep passes and a lot of lazy passes just been being picked up by the Guilford defense.
That shot is up and in past Eisenhower, and Guilford just continuing their dominance here. Seth Woods getting involved. And now it's 8-1.
Fast break points for Guilford has been their strong suit tonight.
So Guilford here coming into the day winless in the ODAC and 2-10. Still mathematically alive in the postseason chase. As we said, the playoffs start on April 27th, so that's just a little bit over 2 weeks away. And then kind of feels like a playoff game here for both sides. And right now, the Quakers dominating. 5 goals in the first period, 3 goals in the second period. Got 4:20 left.
Zach Coleman scrapping for that face-off win.
And just can't come out with it. And we'll go back to the Quakers here in Landon Trail. Oh, nice pass inside. Getting over towards the middle. And Foxwell couldn't hold on to it. And it'll land in the stick of Eisenhower. So Cougars need a little bit of offense here down the stretch to try to get one more goal.
They can get one more goal, but as I say that, another long heave and a turnover again.
Good chance here for Guilford, sending it over towards the middle. Foxwell passes over to Brown, loses it, and Guilford has a turnover of their own. Get it back over to D'Amico. D'Amico racing past the 50 and into the offensive zone. Good chance here for the Cougars.
Hobbs looking to pass it up. Back to Hobbs. Cougars need to score before the half just to build some momentum.
Yeah, for sure, and a good chance to do so right here. In towards the middle, finding Wood, takes a shot, and it's going to be saved. And another save there as Wood had a good look on it, just couldn't flush it down. Send it back over to Drew Sizemore, who already has a goal in this one. And now getting a good look towards the net, but a whistle, and I believe that is going to be another timeout. So 3 timeouts called in the last 5 minutes with 2:36 left. Guilford up 8-1. We'll be right back with you on the Averett Sports Network. And welcome back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network. Guilford called that last time out, and so get ready to go here. The Route 29 rivalry, Guilford and Averett, separated by an hour. Right now, it's been the Quakers in full command. They're looking to get back on the bus to Greensboro happy. Cougars looking to build some momentum, and like you touched on, just trying to get a goal before the period expires here and get some confidence going into the third.
Yeah, and as we say that, Guilford is really trying to put more emphasis on this big offensive explosion of a second quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be number 10 there, Workman. Trying to get it back behind the net, working against Coleman. And sending it back up to the top to Seth Woods.
Seth Woods charging. He has a clear lane, but good defensive check up there.
Terrific play there. And forcing a turnover, getting it over to Pascal Roman.
Corey Habit really coming up there clutch for defensively or to make sure nothing else happens offensively for Guilford.
The only guy happier on that, besides Corey Havoc, is Coach Brian Havoc, head coach of Averett in his second season. I'm sure he loves to see that. That pass a little bit high.
And Moore still able to keep it alive as he passes to Zach Coleman, charging in, looking for a shot, but no good while he ends up in a double-team trap.
Yeah, Zach Coleman looking for his second goal of the season. Trying to pick that one back up. Ball's on the ground and picked up here by Guilford. So they'll move it into the offensive zone. They'll send it over to number 30. That's Cam Walters. Towards the middle. Good pass inside, but it's dropped. Oh, that would have been a really good look.
Another give and go, but not connecting on that one. Cougars caught a break.
Yeah, Seth Woods had a hard time corralling it. Just 45 seconds now to work with in the first half. First half that Guilford has dominated so far. Get it over to number 4, Bash Fitch. Taking their time now, 30 seconds. And if you're Guilford also, you can also just bring this into the half. Avoid any turnovers or disasters. I'm sure that they would be pretty happy to just take a knee.
But Fitch looks like he wants to put more emphasis on it.
Let's see if he will. Fitch moves towards the net, and that one misses high and wide. And now the time will be stopped at 4 seconds. A whistle will blow. And it'll give the Quakers a chance for one last second hurrah here. They're able to get the shot up. Clock will wind. Maybe not. Whistle. I think they wanted the clock to wind, and it didn't. And so we'll just redo that all over again. They'll put 5 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Clock is going to go, and it'll just roll all the way over to us. And that will do it for the first half. And so first half dominated by the Quakers, and 3 goals from Davis Palumbo, 2 by Gavin Brown, and a goal from Seth Woods. Averett had a goal by Emmett Wood, and all that tallying up to an 8-1 Quaker lead as we head to the break here on the Averett Sports Network. We'll rejoin you in about 10 minutes for the halftime report. And welcome back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network. Tavion Coleman, I'm Thomas Heaney III, as Averett trails by 7 as we head into the break and into the first face-off. And some stats to go over here. 4 out of the 8 goals for the Quakers were assisted on, and the big one that really stands out to me, Tavion, is the shots, in particular the shots on goal. 22-8 on shots and 16-3 on shots on goal. And so Averett really having a hard time getting offensive possessions is something that they'll need to do down the stretch to change the way this game has gone so far.
I agree, and as we're saying that, it's just a big old scrap with 3-on-3, as it looks like Averett will pick it up.
Oh, my goodness.
And another big old scrap at the big checkup. Zach Coleman getting into one.
Splitting through the defense here and getting it over to number 2. That's Dwyer. And so back behind the net here. Guilford will be working on the left side, Averett on the right. Getting over to Woods. Pushing it through here, trying to get a shot on goal, and it will be a shot. Won't be a shot on goal, though. It misses left.
Eisenhower with the block.
Yeah, great save there from Eisenhower, and he's been a busy man today for sure. He's made 8 saves, make that his 9th. And a long pass, and nothing doing down there. It'll be another Averett turnover.
A lot of long passes has been the Cougars and kryptonite today.
That one is high.
Every time a long pass is thrown, 90% of the time, the Guilford Quakers is right there to pick it up.
Quakers have it right here. Taking that shot, Eisenhower blocks it up. And that's his 10th save of the day. Like you said, Savion, I mean, that was Averett's 26th turnover of the night. Trying to push it on offense here, get some momentum going. Corey Habbock on offense, gets it over to Zach Coleman.
Habbock was looking for it.
Oh, great touch pass inside. Oh, what a pass from Habbock. And the shot and the goal for Averett. And they have the first one here of the second half. Oh, my goodness. How about that pass?
From Zach to Habbock to Cisse, the 3-man work. Just beautiful way to set it up to get the first score since the first quarter for the Cougars. And the third quarter, I believe with that, they might have found a spark to really charge back and make this a close game.
That was a terrific setup there by Averett. My goodness, and exactly the type of spark that they needed here. It was just 2 minutes into the second half. They already have a goal. So another face-off coming up here. Averett, like we mentioned, if you're just joining us, half a game back of Bridgewater for that number 8 spot. Averett with a win here would tie them. Zach Coleman, oh my goodness, took about 3 hits there. And finally the ball sputters out. It's not picked up though.
Cisse picks it up, but then he loses it again. And just big hits for either side, just trying to come up with that big face-off win. And as I say that, number 20, Davis Limbo, top of the X, trying to get past, but he passes it up to Brown.
For Tigran Cisse, that was his 17th goal of the season. And he got that big assist from Corey Habbock. Terrific pass, just a little touch flick. Able to get it into the crease. So the Quakers looking to get an answer. Moving it around here. For Habbock, that was his first assist of the season. Get it back up to the top.
The defense right now is going good for the Cougars. Let's see if they can keep this up and keep this quarter as scoreless as possible for the Quakers.
Eisenhower's given Averett a shot in this third with a couple of really nice saves, and he's going to have to do that here again. And the ball's going to be loose. Who's going to pick this one up? It's going to be Connor Boyd, racing past the 50 and over towards the 40. He'll slam on the brakes there and set up an offensive possession here. Moving it back. And now giving way over to Tigran Cisse. Cisse back behind the net.
That's out of the Emma Wood to Hobart. Around the world, here we go again. This is one of their main ball movement formations, so that's how they can find the best shot possible.
Stutter step there and kick it back up to the top to Hobbs and Boyd. Averett looking for another goal. 5 minutes into the second half here. Moving it on Brown. Spin move there. Checked and nicely defended. Hobart strikes through the defense, and it looked like he was tripped up there. He keeps possession somehow and sends it over to Connor Boyd. Boyd now past the 30. Tries to get an angle. Centering pass up to the middle. And Powers gives away back over to Hobart. Hobbs backpedals.
So far, the Creeks cannot find a way inside. They keep on coming in, but being met with a double team. Launches it wide right, all the way to the other side, going to the Quakers' way. Ran out of time down the shot clock.
Yeah, so shot clock was running down, and so figured no harm, no foul, just send it over into the woods and live to play another play. And so back we go. Getting it over to Campbell.
Turnover going the Cougars' way. Let's see if they can convert on this one.
And now Averett will get it. Perry to the middle here to Hobbs. To Miko. And there's Hobbs, a little give and go. And that pass misses.
Oh,
still fight for it.
Picks it up.
Ball's going to be loose towards the crease. And now finally picked up by the Quakers, but a dangerous opportunity there.
Long pass.
Trying to find Walters. Walters picks it up. Loses it. Still on the ground. A fight for it here. And it'll be Averett's ball.
A lot of kicking and a lot of chopping down on the ground in order to try to get that, but no good. Averett's way. Hobbs cradling, looking for the best option. Passes to Boyd.
See if Averett can get some offense going here, as we're now just about under 9 minutes to go in the third period. Right behind the net. Trying to creep a little bit closer. And sending it back up to the far side to the 30. Back over to Boyd. Boyd looking to make his move. Juke to the left. And he's harassed there by Dwyer. The ball's going to be loose and picked up by Dwyer.
Looks like Dwyer is about to go for it, but passes it up to Brown.
Pass inside, and it's going to be, looks like it's going to be Averett's ball, and it will be.
Emmett Wood with it. Taking his time down the field. Thought about passing it to Hobbs. But to Boyd, then back to Hobbs.
It wise of Wood to hold on to that one here. Every possession down the stretch here is so precious. And with the time ticking, there is enough time for Averett to get 6 goals, but got to execute here down the stretch.
That's right. But right now, they are trying to take their time before they send their initial attack. And as I said, that Hobart charges in. Spin move, no good. Wide right.
Good opportunity there from Hobart. Averett will keep possession. 37 seconds left on the shot clock. Get it back into Boyd. Boyd to the top. Cisse waiting down there as well.
Wood on top of the X. Passing it up to Hobart. Hobart charging in. Getting past it in. No good.
Good opportunity there again. Averett Maybe third time's a charm. They have less time to work with, though. Or actually, they just reset the shot clock, so 60 seconds to work with for the Cougs. Get it back behind the net. Good defense here from Guilford, trying to force the ball away, and they do just that. That was a nice job there from Drew Sizemore, forcing the turnover. Now, full head of steam as they head into the Averett zone. Looking to answer that last goal that was scored. Back up to the middle here. Woods. Bounce pass shot is up and good. Another goal for Guilford. That'll be Seth Woods picking that one up for his second of the day. And it's now 9-2 Quakers. Yeah, a little bit of the story of how the game has gone. Averett had multiple shots on the right side of your screen just moments ago. But Guilford was able to stand strong, force a long possession that ended in a turnover. Drew Sizemore was able to take it away. And then the Quakers take it right back and score in the first 15 seconds of their possession.
And speaking of turnovers, if you look at the stat sheet, Averett has turned the ball over 10 times more than Guilford. This really tells a story on how Guilford took their defensive matchup. And as I say that,
wow.
A face-off win and score.
Wow, yeah, that was an amazing goal there from Palumbo, I believe it was. It just happened so fast. Like you said, it was right directly off of the face-off. And Guilford now putting it on. It's now 10-2. So Quakers get their 10th goal of the night at the 6:59 mark. And Averett will start off with the possession here. Looking to get an answer. It was River Hull with his first goal of the season just moments ago.
Coleman getting double-teamed hard. Trying to pass it up, and he does. Hobbs with it, trying to do a spin move, but can't. His defender's still on him hard. Cisse with a clear lane.
Oh, good opportunity here. Cisse
rounding the crease. And it's good. Cisse with the second make of the day. Closing the lead down to 7 with that.
Tigran, yeah, like you said, second goal of the day, and they needed it right there. It just seemed like all the momentum was heading towards the Quakers, and he's able to tally his second. He has Averett's 2 out of Averett's 3 goals so far tonight. And Tigran came into the day leading Averett in points with 31, helping his cause right there, getting another one. Face-off here. Averett got to be careful working against these face-offs. That one's going to be loose. Should be picked up by Guilford, and it is. And so they'll have a possession. They'll send it over to Dwyer. Now moving it all the way in. Param. Taking that shot. It's off of Eisenhower's foot and stays alive. And it'll be picked up there from D'Amico.
Bad pass.
Oh boy.
Eisenhower got to get back, and sadly he does not get back in time off of the turnover give and go.
That's going to be Cam Walters, the defenseman, getting the goal there off of the turnover. But Walters getting busy, and that's Guilford's 11th goal of the night.
With the way how Guilford has been going, everybody's getting into the scoring action tonight. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite the display. We just saw River Hull get his first goal of the season. And right there, see Cam Walters get his third. So some cameos from Quakers that normally aren't in the scorebook.
Habits get checked up and loses his stick. But it still goes the Guilford's way.
Walter's third goal of the year, and it was assisted by Gavin Brown. So back we go here with the Quakers. They take the ball, and they'll send it over to the middle with Thompson. And Brown as well. Brown with 2 goals and 2 assists, 4 total points leading the way for Guilford. Looking for their 12th goal of the night. To the top here. Sending it back over to Workman. Workman chucks a shot, and that one misses high and left. 46 seconds to go on the clock, and we'll stay here with Guilford. Back behind the X, working against Eisenhower. And all the way back up to the middle. Fitch there. He's got a goal, the first goal of the night.
Bad pass, Corey Habit looking forward, chopping down.
Fight for it, ultimately comes back to the men in black. Send it back over to Brown. And a whistle. Let's see, we have a timeout. Actually, it looks like it's going to be
substitution.
Yeah, substitution here for Averett.
Zach Coleman goes out.
Give Averett a little bit of time to get their defensive alignment set. Now working towards the net. Good pump fake all the way towards the crease, and then a shot is good. Another goal for Guilford. That one from Bash Fitch, his second of the day. And just like that, now the lead is ballooned to 9, the largest of the night.
Nothing to stop her to Guilford Quakers tonight.
4:25 left in the third period. And a team that came into the day at 2-10, losers of 7 straight, are currently poised to get their first ODAC win if they're able to hold on here. And it's a long season, and like we said, you still have 2 weeks left. If Guilford's able to win out, they set themselves up with a chance to get into the top 8. It's a long uphill battle after a slow start, but obviously anything's possible. Averett trying to stop that and get a big comeback here down the stretch. Get it over to Boyd and to the top to Hobbs. Averett's offense looking to get something going. Tigran Cisse with 2 goals already today. Maybe you're looking to get a hat trick if he's able to get one more through.
Hobbs charging in, looking for a cutting man, but no good. Cisse, top of the X, trying to pass it up. He does.
Trying to find something here, taking that shot, and it's deflected and blocked up by Guilford. Now running the break. Here they come, all the way past the 25, inside the 10. Shot is up and good. Another goal.
Another goal for Seth Woods. He is very on fire today. One of the reasons why the Guilford is up such a tremendous amount with this offensive barrage.
So 3:34 left, and the lead now is up to 10, 13-3. And it's been a pretty impressive night here for the Quakers. That last goal scored by Jacob Mills, and the assist by Ezekiel Gravely. 12th goal of the season for Mills, and Quakers looking to put a cherry on top of this one. Another face-off here coming up, and Coleman almost had it. Now he does. Can he keep it on his stick, though? That's the question. And he's able to do just that. Averett now running past the 40, getting it over to Cisse. He's got 2 goals today. Looks like he's got the angle here.
Cisse trying to lose his man, but loses it, but picks it back up. Passes it to Boyd.
Boyd sends it back over to the far side of the field as Averett gets set offensively back behind the X.
Cisse on top of the X. Looks like he was trying to round the crease, but no good. Pass get deflected. Going Guilford's way. Fast break.
It was Glass picking that one up for the Quakers as just trying to keep it alive here. And they do that. It was a little bit risky.
getting checked, double team checked from the Cougars, ended up into a fast break. Boyd get checked up hard.
Oh, here comes Perry. Perry on offense now, racing inside 30.
Passes to Cisse. Bad pass bouncing, but he's able to keep it. Cisse get past his defender. Looking to score. Pass. Into Hobbs' hands. Back to Emmett Wood on the top left corner.
Some energy on that Cougars bench trying to rally the guys back into this one. Averett now on offense and back behind the X. They've got 37 seconds left on the shot clock, but only a minute 40 to go here in the third period. So let's see if they're able to do something here. Getting it around, trying to push it back up top to Hobbs. They do just that. Hobbs winds up, takes a long shot, and misses wide left.
It was a good shot attempt, but sadly it didn't go in. That's been the story of some of these shot attempts from afar, except for inside.
Averett will keep possession. The shot clock will not reset, though. It'll be at 18.
Cisse tries a juke move, but no good. Loses the ball, going Guilford's way.
And the Quakers will take it right back. A 10-point lead, everything that they could have asked for going into the fourth period here.
Cisse pressure, but a long try.
Oh, almost
Pascal
picked off.
Roman almost picks it up.
Stay here, though. Racing over to Brown. Good pass inside. Can stick on a stick? No. It'll be picked up there from Perry. Perry, harassed, sends it back behind the X. Gets it over to the middle. And now Averett trying to roll it all the way past the 40. Here comes Zach Coleman. Great pass. Good opportunity here for Zach. Takes a shot and scores! Zach Coleman with his second goal of the season. And the sophomore from Alabama puts it in.
Good job for Zach Coleman. Had a clear lane and took advantage of it. And as the Cougars do need it, cutting the lead down back to 9.
Coleman, who was your player to watch before the game started, gets his goal there. So we just need you to pick whoever you pick before the game now is going to score now. I think that's the new rule.
All right, then how about this?
Just pick the whole Averett roster next time.
All right, then. Cisse, Hubbard,
Yeah,
Coleman, D'Amico, Perry, Warble, Hobbs,
everybody.
Smokovitz, Clark,
You got a goal.
Peterson,
You got a goal.
Wood, Boyd, Martizes, Puzzleman, Peterson, Pascal Roman, Habik, Littman, Eisenhower, Habik, and Powers.
That's exactly what Averett needs. But right now, Guilford on the offensive push, and looks like we're going to get a timeout. And so Zach Coleman gets on the board, cuts the lead down to 9. And with just 22 seconds left to go in the third period, we'll have a timeout on the field. We'll rejoin you in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network. 22 seconds left here in the third period of play. We just saw Zach Coleman get on the board with his first goal of the night. So Guilford will take it here with just 15 seconds to work with. We'll be heading into another break in just a moment. Quakers trying to put a goal in, though, as that one misses left past Eisenhower. Roll out of play. The clock will continue to wind, and now we'll get a whistle with 3 seconds left. So we'll see if they just launch this one up into the air or if they try to find a pass inside. Let's see what we do here. 3 seconds. Averett looking to keep everyone in front of him. And now they'll wind it. Put more time on the clock, though. Now it's going to be 5 seconds. Loses his stick. Nice defensive play, and now they will just launch it towards the net. And that one will miss, of course. But Averett does get a goal before the period concludes. It was Zach Coleman with his second of the season. The Cougars down by 9 as we head into the final 15. They're going to need 9 goals to tie this one up. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, for the 4th period of play. Averett and Guilford in this Route 29 rivalry. Right now, it's Guilford with the upper hand. They lead by 9, and Averett with an uphill battle as we'll switch sides. The Cougars will be working on the left and Guilford on the right. Back over here. Quakers looking to get their lead back up to 10. That's where it was at before Zach Coleman scored. Miles Glass bringing the ball up into the offensive zone as they set it in here. And the Quakers are just 15 minutes away from their first ODAC victory of the season and leapfrogging Averett in the standings in that number 9 spot right behind Bridgewater. Top 8 seeds will qualify for the playoffs. Getting it over here. Eisenhower, nice save. Ball's going to be loose. And picked back up here by Guilford. Fitch with it. Brown to the top, lining up a big-time shot and a big-time goal. That looked like number 3, Seth Woods. Seth Woods gets his 3rd of the night. It's a hat trick for him, and Guilford leads by 10 once again. So just a minute into the 4th period, Quakers have answered the bell again, and they've had an answer for every single Averett goal. 4 goals by Guilford following a Cougars goal. But it's been the time of possession for them, and just the pure amount of time they've had on the other side of the field, Tavion. I mean, 25 shots on goal is going to result in a lot of goals for anybody as they have another chance right here towards the net. Shot is up, but it's blocked. Oh, nice play there from Eisenhower. Coming out of the crease and blocking that one up. And Seth Wood's goal assisted by Gavin Brown, 18th of the season for Seth. Get our first look at Sam Newton, not to be confused with Cam Newton. Panthers. He's freshly into the game. That pass way high but caught. Back to the far side of the 20 and up to the middle. Getting it over to the aforementioned Newton. And back over to Thibodeau. So a little bit of a different offensive look here for the Quakers. Campbell also in on that. That ball was going to sputter away. It didn't really matter, though. The time was going to expire on the shot clock. And so it'll be a Guilford turnover, and Averett will get it right back.
Guilford just unloading the bench since they have a big lead, giving fresh bodies some PT out there. I understand how that is. We all get to have that type of moment when we're young. I didn't get that moment until I started my junior year, played 5 games. Got my first tackle.
There you go. Hopefully you didn't do too much harm on that tackle. I know.
Nah,
hopefully whoever you tackled didn't get hurt too badly.
Sure, only got one tackle. That was the first game.
There you go. Averett now on offense. They'll send it over to Hobbs. Cougars obviously not going to be pulling their starters. They're going to be making a bid to try to come back in this one. It'll be Zachary Hulbert with the ball. Four more ODAC games for Averett down the stretch as that pass goes inside and it'll be picked up by the goaltender of Guilford. The road does not get easier. It's going to be 3 out of the 4 last games all on the road. And the next game on Saturday is going to be against number 13 Lynchburg. And so Cougars going to have some work to do down the stretch of the season if they're going to want to try to make a playoff push.
Yeah, in order to make that playoffs push, they really have to stay 10 toes down and just really be on their P's and Q's on offense and defense. And as I say that, Eisenhower with the block and the ball rolls out.
Good job there from Eisenhower, keeping that one out of the net. 44 seconds to work with for number 44, Brown. It's back up. Good defense there by Averett, keeping everyone in front. That's Fitch there trying to break through. Here comes Seth Woods. 3 goals already, looking to make it 4. Back behind the net. Pass up to the middle. Shot is going to be blocked. Good defense there from Averett. Back over to Fitch. 16 seconds now on the shot clock. Getting a nice screen from Fitch. Trying to work towards the crease. Shot is up and in. And a goal there from
Workman.
Workman, yep. His first goal of the night. And now the largest lead of the night. It's 11.
Like I said earlier, everybody's getting into the scoring party.
So this one goes up to 11. Guilford doing a good job there, just continuing to press on offense. And 40 shots now total on the night compared to Averett's 15. Eisenhower has come up with 12 saves and a couple of beauties as well. Just too much shots on goal. And they'll send it back in. Guilford wins the faceoff and getting the possession here. As I was saying, too, you just take a look at the road ahead for the Cougars and you try to kind of map what their playoff probabilities are. They do have Lynchburg on the road on Saturday. As that pass goes inside, shot is going to be up and blocked. And then you also look at Washington and Lee here. That'll be senior day, and Tavion, that'll be a really fun one because Washington and Lee currently number 1 in the ODAC and 8th ranked in the country, but they're also undefeated in the ODAC at 6-0. So that one will be a real big test for the Cougars.
It would, especially if the Cougars wanted to get into the A spot after this huge loss and the big offensive barrage by Guilford. they really had to bring their best and then some because you're going against the best of the best in the ODAC and then one of the best in the country on the D3 level. So that's something that they're going to really have to be ready for.
Jacob Mills there almost had a highlight reel shot, but couldn't flush it. We'll stay here with the Quakers as not for long, though, as that one goes into the other zone. Favorites not able to pull off the comeback here tonight. Would drop them to 2-5, but still only just one loss behind Bridgewater in the loss column. And so, although probably many people in the ODAC wouldn't expect Averett to come out with the win against Lynchburg or Washington and Lee, that's why they play the games. And, you know, Coach Brian Habbock in his second season has done a terrific job here trying to build this culture up. And I think, honestly, I would give Averett a shot in any of those games. And despite the performance today here against Guilford, I'd be really curious to see how those games go.
And I agree because you never know what things can happen. And if they can make the playoffs, it's basically, let's see if they can go on a Cinderella run. It's basically March Madness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like exactly. That's exactly it. And they've got 4 games ahead of them, and they will no doubt have to win all 4 of them and get a little bit of help. So we'll see if they can do it down the stretch. But right now, Hobbs takes a shot, and that one goes over the head of everyone. But good look there. And with 8:40 left to go here in the fourth period, you start to try to build in towards that next game as well. Try to get some momentum going into Saturday. Get it back behind the X. Back over to Wood and over to Holbert. Holbert looking for his first goal of the day. Defended tightly there.
Hobbs looking to Boyd got checked up, shot blocked, and now we go towards Guilford's way.
Good pass. Getting it back over. Here comes the look spin move back up to the top. And now they'll slow it up. Had a good opportunity there at a fast break, but Palumbo decided to hold off from it.
Seth Woods sizing up his defender. He just speeds right past him in order to get the easy shot past Eisenhower.
Seth Woods, his 4th goal of the night. And putting a capper on this one, 16-4 now. Guilford leads at the 7:40 mark.
As a timeout is called, we will be right back after these messages.
And welcome back, everybody. 7:40 to go here in the fourth period, and the Cougars trail 16-4. We just had another goal from Seth Woods, 19th of the season and 4th on the day for him. So he'll be a happy man going back onto the bus tonight for sure. Averett looking to get something going here. It's Eager and Cisse with 2 goals. Zach Coleman with his 2nd goal of the season, and Emmett Wood, Averett's leading goal scorer, all on the board for the Cougs. So they'll have the possession here. And it will be Zach Coleman surveying the defense.
Hobbs passes the boy back to Hobbs. Sorry for my mispronunciation there.
And Hobbs will send it near side to Emmett Wood. Guilford's defense almost looked like he was going to try to bite on that pass, but wisely will stay back. No reason to take any risks. Here comes Hobbs. Dawson Hobbs splitting through the defense and taking that shot. It's deflected. Loose, picked back up by Averett behind the X. Good pass inside. Shot is up, and it's saved. A great save there from the Guilford goaltender.
And the pass is bad.
Here comes Perry past the 40. A full head of steam past the 30. Let's see, can he get this pass over?
Looks like he's going to run around the X.
He's working against Dwyer. And now Averett will slow it up.
Good job to Perry to keeping the possession alive.
Perry's one of those players for Averett. Just a rock on defense. He's able to force a lot of turnovers, and you see right there, just like Chewy Clark's done a couple of times today, just bringing it into the offensive zone and trying to set up the boys to score a goal.
Yeah, I agree. Hobbs with the spin move and shot attempt, but no good, bouncing off the ground before it passed the goal. But I agree. Perry, he's basically the hustle guy on this team, and he really has been showing his work today. And as I say that, Woods, no good off of the shot attempt, going Guilford's way.
Guilford will retake possession here. Not for long, though. It's going to be a turnover. Ball's going to be loose. And trying to pick it up there. Averett does.
Averett loses it.
But not for long. And we'll go over to Guilford. It's going to be
a huge checkup and a hit from Holbert. Looked like he's going to serve a penalty.
Yeah, Holbert's going to pick that one up. It will be a flag and presumably a man advantage here for Guilford.
A lot of substitutions are being made for the Cougars, basically just emptying the bench, letting the reserves get some PT in.
So for the Quakers, in a game that they've pretty much done everything, they have not had a man advantage yet, and so this will be their first power play of the night. Let's see if they're able to capitalize on it.
They really didn't need no man advantage tonight with this offensive barrage they have displayed from Woods and Palabaman.
So Fitch in on this as well. Get it back over to Workman. Workman over to Woods. Back up to the top, lines up a shot, pump fakes it, puts it in. Bash, Fitch gets that one to go, and it's his third of the night. It's a hat trick for him.
Did I forget to include Fitch for those two?
Yes, don't forget about me. Yeah, he had our first goal of the night and gave Guilford a 1-0 lead, and really ever since that point, it's been all Quakers. And so Fitch gets a hat trick, and 17 goals now for the Quakers with 4:57 left. 17th of the season for him, and an assist from Gavin Brown. Face off here will be picked up by Guilford. And now Averett working on defense again, somewhere that they've been pretty much all game. The time of possession has favored the Quakers mightily today.
As a turnover is being called for offsides, Averett will take possession. Boy, with a long pass.
Oh, good chance here. If he can get that pass over to D'Amico, D'Amico will send it back over. So Giovanni D'Amico, the California native, will come off here. Substitution. Get back over to Zachary Holbert.
Cisse enters back on the field while the ball's being worked around here.
Cisse looking for a hat trick. He's got 2 goals already today. Under 4 minutes to play.
As you say that, Cisse charges in, but no good on that shot attempt.
Stay here with the Cougars, though. Cisse gets that shot close to on net, but not quite. Back into Holbert.
Holbert charges in, trying to round his man, but no good. But also getting checked. But he's coming in now with a shot attempt. No good. Good defensive stop there by the goalkeeper.
I mean, Holbert there, it's just a terrific shot on net and just met by better defense. And now Guilford running the attack as that one rolls out of play. It's kind of been the story so far here today for Averett. Another really good opportunity, but just a better save. That one was by Lucas Satterwhite. So Satterwhite makes a terrific save. The sophomore out of Oxford, North Carolina, in net for Guilford. Nice.
Guilford
on the break again here. Over towards the 20. And now they'll slow it up. They've got 70 seconds to work with and just trying to drain this clock down. Get it over to Jacob Mills. Mills back up to the top here. That's number 35, Sam Thibodeau. Getting another good look at the net, and that one misses wide right. Might have been deflected by one of the Averett defenders. So stay here with the Quakers.
Mills trying to get past his defender, but no good. Sloppy pass. But Sam Newton able to pick it up, but a scrap for the ball. Cougars will push it up towards their offensive zone, and they will come up with it.
And so with just under 2 minutes to go here, Averett looking for an offensive possession, try to get a goal before this one concludes. It's not going to be without a fight, though, as ball's going to be loose on the ground. We'll see who can pick up this ground ball. We'll get a whistle, and I believe this one's going to go stay here with Averett, and it will. So another chance here for the Cougars as that one goes over the head of Zachary Coleman. And just kind of fitting there down the stretch. Another turnover for Averett. So 1:27 left. We just took a look at the Averett road ahead for Guilford. If you're watching this as a Quaker fan, they've got Bridgewater on Saturday at 3. And that's a really important game for them because, as we've talked about, Bridgewater currently holds the last spot. They've got the number 8 seed right now. And then they'll play Randolph College, who's winless right now, last place in the ODAC, and then Shenandoah at home, and then Hampton-Sydney on the road. And so, I mean, you could argue Guilford's road is a little bit easier than Averett. They're going to have to win out just like the Cougars. And so that shot misses high, but definitely an important game here, one for Guilford over Averett. It makes Averett's road that much harder, but definitely not impossible.
It's very not impossible, but like you said, since they have a tough schedule, they have a lot to work on, a lot to look at it with the film, especially during this game. They lost the playoff game today, but it's not the end of the world. They're still mathematically in it. They just have to execute, be aggressive, and just fix the mistakes, fix the turnovers. 40 turnovers on the night. They can't have that. And they just got to keep working hard.
Yeah, so this is going to be Averett's third loss in a row, and for Guilford, it's going to snap a 7-game losing streak. And as we talked about, it'll be their first ODAC win, and so big time for them. Also, got to give a shout out to my sister. She goes to Guilford, so I'm sure she'll be texting me later tonight, and she'll get the bragging rights in this one.
We'll get them next time.
My sister Megan will be very happy. So
you can tell Megan we whooped their butt.
There you go. So that'll end it here for this one. Guilford gets the win, 17-4 over Averett. They'll improve to 3-10 overall, but 1-5 in the ODAC. The Cougars drop to 1-5. Quakers will leapfrog Averett in the standings. They'll move up to the number 9 spot. And as we talked about, Averett's got a big game coming up on Saturday. They'll be heading up to Lynchburg for that one. Lynchburg currently the number 2 seed and also undefeated in ODAC play. And so any final thoughts on this one as we get ready for the game next week on Saturday against Washington and Lee here at home?
I'm very excited for Washington and Lee. But like I said, since they are naturally linked and an undefeated team here in the ODAC conference, one of the toughest conferences in D3, Averett needs to come swinging and do not let their foot off the Tigers' neck the moment they step on this field. So, they, in my opinion, and advice from athlete to athlete, watch film, stay hungry, and get after that win and show the Washington Lee Generals what Averett is all about, and make sure they be scared and crying when they leave the Ville.
I like that. Well, we'll see if they're able to do that next week, but before they'll play Lynchburg, and so we wish them luck in that. So, for Tavion Coleman and everyone here at the Averett Sports Network, my name is Thomas Heaney III, signing off, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.